Welcome back. Welcome back. This is your boy LG.
This your boy Nate the Great, man. You know how we rock it.
And we got our co-host over there, Stacy. How you doing tonight?
I am doing great. Thank you. To all our viewers, thank you for joining us for another episode of Waves of Wisdom. Today's theme is fight for love or walk away from betrayal.
Ooh, it's about to get real.
And the wave of wisdom is whenever you do something and hope that no one finds out, you are putting yourself in danger.
Bumby.
What you do in the dark comes to light.
And yeah, this wave of wisdom could be used for lots of things. Like if not just relationship wise, but if you're doing anything in life and you're hoping that somebody doesn't find out, you are definitely putting yourself in danger.
If you think you're getting away with stealing them Cheetos, you're on camera.
Knows.
God knows. And you know, it doesn't even necessarily mean that you're going to get back what you put out. You might get back something worse than what you put out.
None of that. It says, what don't catch you will catch your kids. Be careful what you do, boy.
Yeah.
Because your kids them be getting, boy. Your kids, boy.
So, all right. Let's jump right into the questions, right?
Yeah.
What makes a relationship worth fighting for, right? Because I know there's a lot of, betrayal and infidelity that goes on in relationships. Lots of people choose to stay. Lots of people choose to go.
Right.
Some people like to give it another go round.
Yeah.
So what makes a relationship worth fighting for? I know a lot of people are going to say kids.
Nah, bro. Loyalty.
Yeah. I got loyalty and respect.
Bro. All day, loyalty, because I feel like...
So that makes a relationship worth fighting for?
Yeah. Yes, hold on, though. Let me go deeper.
Yeah. I'm going to let y'all...
I'm saying the loyalty.
I'm looking for... I'm a little lost.
She looking at us like, okay.
Hold on, though.
Because the loyalty and the respect, it's been broken. It's been severed.
No, hold on,
So
though.
I'm trying to figure out...
Hold on, though.
So
why you're staying. Like, what makes it worth fighting for? Go ahead,
let me go deeper.
You didn't paint the picture right.
Like, no, hold on, though. I'm coming. I'm cooking, as you say. Look, though. So if me and you from day one, you know what I'm saying, we ain't had nothing. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, we nothing, bro. I'm talking about, and then we build it ground up. Yeah. Like, even if something go off, I still gotta honor what you did. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if we could mend something back, we gonna mend something back, because, you know what I'm saying?
This is surprising coming from you.
No, it just depends on situations, though. I'm just saying, if we could mend it back, we would try. So
you're saying it depends on the betrayal?
Yes, depends on that, because I'm not just going to cut you all off, because, you was there from the get-go, bro. Like, we built, like, a lot together. I never speaking on just the family and kids. It's more than that as well. You know what I'm saying? That longevity, and it's like we went through the storm, we got through the storm, we went through another storm.
Right.
So those things have
value.
Value in it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how you saving up so much. You ain't finna just go spend it all. You know what I'm saying? You did so much work to get to that. You ain't gonna just jag it off. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like a lot of people feel that way, right?
So we talking about?
You talking about?
Are we including if your significant other steps out? Is that kind of?
It could be any type of betrayal.
I think a betrayal, bro.
Okay.
I think the main type of betrayal that comes to people's mind first is infidelity.
Right.
But it could be any type of betrayal. Whichever one you want to talk about.
Yeah.
What's infidelity, lying? What's other? Is those the two main ones? As far as betrayal?
No, and this one too, stealing your money.
Well,
give it to another nigga.
And not necessarily another person, but I mean, some people have gambling problems.
Excuse my French.
Okay.
I meant to say ninja.
You call that betrayal? Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're putting up the rent and
what you talking about?
And you lose it, and now we don't have anywhere to live.
Right.
No, hold on.
I think anything can be worked out except fidelity.
Let me give you something better, though. You paying the rent and everything, and then your significant gonna bring another dude in here and sleep with him in the house that
So you talking about infidelity?
Infidelity. That's a big one. I think that's the most.
Yeah, that's the big one. That one is no, because the Lord Jesus Christ have things that thank
some flash between it. What you saying don't match up with your facial expression.
He's some things is just
irreconcilable.
You ain't coming back from that for real. Like
so
that,
you both in agreement.
I feel like I can't speak for women, but infidelity hurts a man a lot more than it may hurt a woman. Like,
bro,
I agree, because y'all men be.
Because like they said, we do a lot. We gonna sacrifice our health.
I mean, not all men.
If some
do all the things that you guys do, if we being blatant.
I'm just saying, if a man, if
I'm talking about
somebody have their feelings,
I'm talking about the real man.
Hurt.
I ain't talking about the little cab drivers. No shame on the cab drivers. I ain't talking about. I'm just.
It was just a saying. It just came off wrong. Yeah. Take it back.
But yeah, I mean, that betrayal that hurt, because like loyalty is big, loyalty and respect. So if I feel that I've been betrayed, I feel like I've been disrespected at the same time. So
that type of betrayal at that level is just for you irreconcilable.
Yeah, because me personally, like I feel like if I'm able to. If I'm able to forgive you for that one, I just feel like it still won't be the same.
Right.
So like, why should I? What's the point of continuing and have our child see a marriage that isn't what it should be, because they're going to be taught like this is how a marriage should be. I'd rather go our separate ways and we raise a healthy family, right?
Right.
Because I feel like it won't be healthy. I'm always going.
Somebody's always going to feel some type of way, or like have something in the back of their mind.
Yeah, and I don't want her to change because, I messed up so bad. I got to change and be this. I got to always do more. I always got to like kiss up to him because I know I hurt him so bad. Like, I don't want her to feel like that, because that's not a happy life. You see what I'm saying? So like,
right.
I just feel like that, infidelity is just like,
right. So back to my question. So now that we kind of
we stuck on that. When we said betrayal, we got stuck.
Okay, so but back to the question: what makes a relationship worth fighting for? Because some people with the betrayal, they'll stay for the kids,
true,
or they'll stay for the money, or they'll stay.
Who are you talking about? The woman?
Some guys, if you got somebody, if you got a guy,
if you marry into a rich family, they gonna play their role. I see men play their role,
right?
Bro.
Because I mean, if you leave and you might not have that car you want. You might not have that lifestyle that you want.
That house.
So so for you guys, it's nothing is worth. It's not worth fighting for the kids, for the money, for any. There's nothing on your radar where you would fight to stay in that relationship.
As you said, the kids. I'm not gonna stay in a relationship. Like what he said. Just for my kid, it doesn't matter if I'm with you or if we not together. My kid's gonna be taken care of. I'm gonna be there for my kids. So the kids is not the factor. The factor is what the other person
I think
did.
some people say that in respects where they don't want another man in their child's life as a father figure.
No other man gonna be my father anyway, because I'm gonna check him for real. I'm gonna be like,
no,
bro,
but what
you
I'm
can't
saying,
control that once you leave the house.
I am.
No, but what I'm saying is, if
you crazy,
say if your significant other has now remarried and your child is only with you half of the time, they're gonna be with their mother and their stepfather the other half of the time.
And he gonna tell me what goes down in their household.
Of course, but I'm just saying. I shouldn't say of course, because they're not obligated to tell you what's going on in their household.
Who you talking about? I'm talking about the kid. No, I ain't talking about the
right,
spouse.
but what I'm just saying is some people will stay with their significant other just because they don't want another.
I didn't seen it.
Oh yeah,
bro, I'm too.
Nate, just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean that it's not what other people do.
Yeah, they do that. But I'm saying though, I'm never going to speak on that to rile myself up because I just think different when it comes to certain things. I just think different. And I'll be like, I just think different. So I'm never going to rile myself for that.
We get hurt when our favorite basketball player go to another team. So we're gonna get hurt when our wife, go to another team. So that betrayal.
No, not really. If you go to a raw team, I ain't mad at it, bro. Stop playing around.
So if I go to a raw team, your feelings not gonna be hurt.
You done for me, so you can go wherever you want to go.
She was quick with that, boy.
Because sometimes Nate just be saying stuff and he doesn't really click in his head until he put himself in those shoes.
No, I'm just
saying.
And
then he have to kind of imagine it or visualize it.
Not that, bro. I know what you're talking about, but you can go to another team. If you go to another team, you ain't coming back to this team.
It's just hypothetical. It's just all jokes. It's all jokes. But
so back to the question again, guys. What makes a relationship worth fighting for other people? Because obviously we know with you guys it's just there's no coming back.
But
right?
In all honesty, therapy. I think therapy is for what makes it worth fighting for. I think therapy has to be a must. If a man really feels betrayed and he's really wants to fight for his woman because he knows all the years y'all didn't put in, all the work y'all didn't put in, and some people make mistakes, right? I feel like therapy is needed.
So look though,
but it could be with a preacher, it could be with a professional, but I'm saying therapy is needed.
I'm saying though, but some guys out there will stay, bro. We just giving too much credit to a whole bunch of guys. A whole bunch of guys not like that.
I mean, a lot of women stay, and we hear the story over and over.
I know that, but guys too. No, a lot of guys is not like that, bro. A lot of guys like women too, bro. We ain't talking about a lot of guys. They ain't from that same cloth, bro. We can't vouch for every guy, bro. I ain't vouching for every man. I'm not.
Right. I
know a lot of people stay for the money.
Yeah.
For the popcorn too, in the movies.
Do you think people stay for fear of starting over, or
that too?
Yeah,
I think some.
Or most women will stay because they're getting older and they don't want to go in another relationship. They need to start their life, start over. They want to get. They want to have kids, and it's like meeting somebody that's going to take them longer. And then they're getting older, and they need to get it off. Need to get it off fast. And they want to fling it on. They don't want to fling it on nobody else.
Yeah. Fear. So people stay out of fear.
Yeah. To break it down to as you say.
Talk about divorces. I mean, men usually lose that part when they come to divorce. You know, so fear.
Yeah, or I think ego too. Ego can make somebody stay.
Look, they just lose that just in America.
Yeah. But I can't really say that because I don't know how divorces work in other countries, so I'm not going to comment on it because I don't know.
No, I'm just saying.
But I know in America it's pretty unfair for men.
No. The reason why I said that because, the woman not going to dare to talk about divorce in different countries because the law is not.
Well, I don't know the laws in other countries. Every country is different, so I can't comment.
Right.
But
it's facts, Nate. Is it facts?
No,
he can't say it because I'm gonna come at him because he can't. He don't have the statistics.
No, but I know.
You don't know. Give me the legality for China.
No, I'm not talking about Jamaica or Minua.
Okay. What about
gotta get chop off?
But you said ego. Why ego? You said people stay because of ego. What do you mean by that?
I feel like women, but men too.
Oh yeah. I can see
for
that.
ego. Yeah. If I can't have you, nobody can have.
No, none for that.
Or I
they get manipulative.
Yeah, or it's like I am the better choice. So if I leave. Or if the relationship dissolves, that means that they've chosen someone else over you, right?
Or this one right here. Yeah, y'all forgot this one. Or they don't want to broadcast it. Just keeping it low because they'll feel he's weak. Look at him. His wife, wife cheating on him or what? The bang.
Or they don't want the shame.
Men in power. Yeah.
So it's ego. I mean, you have to think about it a little bit, but
right.
Yeah. A lot of people feel like, if I leave, then the other person won. Like the the homewrecker has won.
Right.
Right.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. So how do you know when to leave, or when to go, or when to keep trying?
Me? Man, bro.
This is kind of a difficult question for you guys, because you guys basically just said, when the deed is done, you go, right?
Yeah, when she did what she is done. Yeah, ain't no time out.
Some people, they'll give a second chance, third chance,
fourth chance, fifth chance,
and
all type of chance.
by that time, it's just abuse at that point.
Damn.
They're manipulating the situation.
I don't know. That's hard, because part of me wants to say pray on it. The other part of me was like, it ain't nothing that you can do or say. But but like, it all comes down to like the why. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I wouldn't want the details, I would probably need it to really understand like
why she did it.
Well, that kind of brings us to my next question, because I was going to say, do you think betrayal could be a wake-up call for some people? Because, somebody could be pleading their heart out to the other person, and it's like they're just not, they're not waking up.
Yeah,
okay.
And then so they, step out, find what they need, and, maybe they're on the verge of even just leaving.
Yeah.
And then the other person has realized what they're losing,
right?
And that has become now a wake up call. They've changed.
Lot of men go through that too. Like they step out, do what they do because they feel like they can't. You know what I'm saying? They been asking their wife for sex, and the wife been like, no, you know what I'm saying? So they step out, but then
wife be tweaking. I'm telling you, huh?
Yeah, but then when they realize they step out, it's just like, man, they made mistakes. So I feel like a lot of men do go through what you just said. That's they wake up calls like it wasn't worth it. The grass wasn't greener. It wasn't worth it, but it's kind of too late.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the 80-20 rule? It was like some Tyler Perry movie that I learned it from. I forgot what movie, but it was basically like, this husband that didn't treat his wife well, and
the movie we watched?
Yeah, we watched it together.
Yeah, I watched
but I mean, it was a while ago, so I'm not sure if you're. I mean, we watched a lot of Tyler Perry movies.
I remember that.
And so she was really fat. And
bro, I remember that.
Yeah. Why did I get married?
I don't remember the name of it.
It is. And he treated her bad.
And then she found somebody else.
She found and
now he got this beautiful, hot.
She lost
girl,
weight, boy. She looked good.
Yeah, but now this new girl,
Jill Scott.
She don't. I don't remember.
Jill Scott.
She the new girl. She don't cook. She don't clean. She don't help him with nothing.
Yeah.
So you traded the 80 for the 20 that you felt like you was missing.
Yeah.
So
yep. That's
or like
you hit the head on there.
Yeah. So you feel like grass is green, and you get over there and it's what?
Not really, because back then she was no 80, because she went over there and beat the 80 because she lost all that weight. But it was in her, but she wasn't applying it at that time because she didn't take care of herself. She didn't do nothing.
No, what I think the story was.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
She's not no longer 80. She found somebody, and now she's 100.
Yes,
because she was only bringing 80. Her. I think the 20% that was missing from what the story portrayed was her physical appearance, right? That was her 20% that she was missing.
Right.
She was the other 80% was she was a perfect wife otherwise.
I understand, but
when she found the person that made her be 100, instead of him being that person that he should have been to make her, to be that 100, he stepped out, found the 20. Now he got what he was looking for.
Right.
But he didn't realize all the stuff that she was bringing to the table, and so he lost the 80 because now he got the 20.
He was focused on the physical.
He can't make that new girl cook or clean or do any of that stuff. He could have helped his wife lose weight,
right?
But yeah, sometimes you feel like there's a grass is greener on the other side, and you get over there and it's turf.
Damn.
She said it ain't even real. It's
maybe she get a horn on that.
Yeah.
What's the horn?
I don't remember. Nah, that's the wrong one. I think it's the other one. Yeah.
Oh, she gets some clap.
Yeah, she get a clap for that. She get a clap for that. Run her up.
But what do you guys feel like? Do you think that happens with females as well?
Yeah, I think it definitely happens with females.
I
think it's. I ain't gonna say it's common, but I think it happens more than people we know.
More with the female though, because
more with the female.
More. You know
no.
Why? Yeah, more.
That men step out more than female.
No, the 80-20 thing.
I'm saying female always think it's green on the other side as well too, because it's like what? Bam! I ain't talking about the real females though. I'm talking about the one with the gold diggers. The gold diggers like he got more money than you. He got more than you. Like. When they see that your money running out, bro, they go for another bag. They keep on moving on like a them trains, how them trains switching tracks.
Why do you think, and this is just, why do you think women cheat?
I think
this is opinion, not yeah.
Okay. From a man perspective, I'm gonna break it down for y'all. So all y'all understand.
Break down why women cheat.
No,
go ahead.
Yeah, why women cheat? No, because I know.
Okay, go ahead.
No, not from a man's standpoint.
Okay.
Why a woman cheat? That's for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you the game.
Let us hear what you have to say.
So bam. So like a dude, right? Like bro, like so. What's going on right now? A lot of guys. Hold on.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on, though. A lot of guys, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, when they come in a relationship, right? They come in a relationship being somebody else, right? And it's like when the relationship, like, you know, get a couple of months or, you know, a year or whatever, they trying to change. It's like being them, who they really are. And it's like, she didn't get you for that. You know what I'm saying? You start acting up and acting different. She like, bro, who's this? And that's me. And it's like, that's why it's like, woman be like, bro, I ain't feeling you no more. You know what I'm saying? And then she see what she really wanted in somebody else, your friend or your coworker or the dude had her job. She gonna be like, yeah, I thought my man was, but he ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So she go out there and cheat. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't coming the door being who you really are at first, bro. Now you want to act something different. Like, bro, you can't be a ship shafer. You have to be who you are. And a lot of people go in a relationship and they don't like themselves. They're trying to be something and they always got to portray that over and over. Bro, it get tiring, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I see that a lot of times. So come on, bro. I'm giving you the game, bro. Stop playing.
Okay.
So you think women cheat because the men switch up?
Yeah, switch up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna answer 2 questions. Back to the other one, the 80-20. You said that you think it's more women. That's what you said, Nate? For clarification?
Yep.
I was going to say it's more men with the 80-20 rule, just because women I feel like are more nurturing. So we're more willing to pour into our husbands. The guys are kind of like.
Who? No, woman, bro. I
didn't say
that.
all. I said some, more, a majority. Right. I didn't say all. I never.
Opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I don't do those all-inclusive quotes like you do. So I feel like women more so are willing to pour in and nurture and give whatever it is that man needs. Right. Men are not really nurturing in spirit, which they're not necessarily supposed to be.
Werewolf.
So I feel like more men are the ones that miss out, with that 80-20 rule. Now, back to your question, LaRon. You said, why do women cheat?
Yeah, why do you think women cheat?
I think for a lot of women, not all, because there's some stragglers. They're just no good. Because no matter if you're a man or a woman, there's some people that are just no good.
Right.
I feel like it takes a long time for a woman to cheat. Like it's because
what?
Yeah. Because they.
Speaking
I feel like
all women.
No, I just told you it's not all, but I feel like they tell you, they communicate well. Women like to communicate, and I feel like most of them communicate well. They tell you what they want, they tell you what you need, or what they need, and the men are not hearing them, not listening, or just choosing actively not to do whatever it is that they want them to do, and so. Good women are going to emotionally detach first. They're not just going to go out there and go cheat.
Okay.
They're going to emotionally detach first. And then once they're just no longer vested in that relationship and there's no change coming, and now they're emotionally attached to somebody else,
right?
Because they're now getting their emotions met by somebody else, then that's when the cheating occurs.
So is the woman accountable?
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, they're both accountable. Because just because somebody is not...
What?
They're both...
How it is, and you went out there and go cheat? How?
Right. Just because somebody wasn't meeting your needs doesn't mean that you should cheat on them. Reconcile it. If you can't reconcile it, then leave the person before you cheat on them.
No, I'm saying...
Listen to what he's saying, bro.
To what you said. You said that women emotionally detach and then they attach to somebody else emotionally, and that's when they cheat. So my question was, should women be held accountable?
Yeah, that's what.
And you said they both should be held accountable. So why does the man why should the man be held accountable for a woman cheating?
Because if she's been nagging you to meet her needs, and you're not,
break up.
Right? That's what I just said. You should. I don't feel like it's still right for them to do that. You should just break up with the person and then, continue your life. You're still held accountable for your actions, regardless of how the other person was treating you.
Okay.
So why does the man need to be held accountable if he didn't cheat?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the
like
yeah.
He didn't. If a union is, or regardless if it's a marriage or if it's just a relationship, if you don't hold up your end of the bargain, you're accountable for that. You're accountable for not holding up your end of the bargain.
Okay.
And if you're not holding up your end of the bargain, then why do you think it would be fair for somebody to
just go your way then, bro? You don't have to do nothing.
I agree with you. You should just go. That is the better option.
So you shouldn't say the man should be held accountable. I
think he should only be held accountable for not holding up his end of the bargain. You're kind of almost like pushing the person away. You're feeding the fire. If you did not feed that fire, it wouldn't have grown out of control. So the woman or the person that's cheating is held the most responsible, because regardless of what that person did, just two wrongs don't make a right. You shouldn't have did it regardless. There would have been a better way to resolve or leave the situation.
Right.
So the person cheating holds the most accountability, but that doesn't mean that the other person has zero accountability. You still have to be responsible for what you did wrong.
Some blame, yes, but the majority blame is on she stepped out and go.
So Nate, if you keep asking me for something over and over and over, and I'm not I
do that's what I'm saying.
If I just blatantly I understand that I wouldn't be to blame for your actions, because you are responsible for your actions. But I would have, if I'm just being an honest human being, I would have some type of sympathy for myself. Like, dang, a self-reflection. I should, if I would have just listened to you. If I would have heard you out, if I would have respected what you're saying, you know what I mean? Like, you have to have some type of self-reflection and accountability.
You probably think on that like a couple of days, like weeks after. But when situations happen, what you talking about blaming me? It wouldn't be no blame on you in your mind.
No, I'm telling you right now that I would have to self-reflect and be like.
To what they said, I agree though. I feel like when men cheat, women don't hold any accountability, and then when women cheat, they say
it's the man's fault.
Yeah, it always gets put back on the man.
I feel like people in general have a lack of accountability in this world. In general, especially people in America, they refuse to take accountability for their actions, and it's easier to blame other people for things that are going on instead of self-reflecting. Somebody else might be more accountable than you are, but that doesn't go to say that you have zero accountability. If there's a conflict, that means people are not agreeing, right? So you're not seeing eye to eye. The
Right.
majority of time, I feel like each person has some type of valid point. Because if they didn't feel like something was valid, they wouldn't be arguing about it. They're obviously arguing because they find some value in something, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're arguing, you feel like somebody else should be held accountable for something.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with one person having zero accountability and one person having 100% in any situation.
Okay. Now I got one question for you, and then we can move on. So back to accountability, right? What I just said, I feel like if men cheat, women blame them. They hold all the accountability. When women cheat, I feel like that they still blame men. Should that be okay? Because men are supposed to be the leaders, right? So if you're talking about a sports team, if you're the quarterback or you the starter player, you got to take accountability for all the losses. Do you think men should take accountability for women cheating?
Man, heck no.
I don't think anybody should take full responsibility. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like these all-inclusive terms.
You know why? Let me break it down for you again.
Different situations.
Let me break it down for you again.
Will arise, and in different situations, the different accountability levels. So sometimes it could be 100% somebody else's fault, but you'd have to look at that. It's a case by case scenario.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're the leader,
no. Listen though, the reason why I can't do that, no leader, none of that, because if you know, a woman and man is made totally different, bro. Okay,
right.
Okay. So affection. Women show more affection, right? Women are an affectionate person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They latch, when they latch on something, it's on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter what it is. So you're telling me that when she cheats, it's totally different than how we cheat.
Right.
Man just cheat and be like, whatever. Women cheat, they cheat with something.
They're more emotionally invested.
Yeah, it's something invested in that. So it's way deeper. So that's premeditated, bro. You know what I'm saying? A man cheat. You know what I'm saying? Man cheat was just. Man,
oh, you feel like a man cheat was just oops.
Yeah, just
and then a woman is just like that was.
Now premeditated murder is way worse than what's the other one?
Yeah.
Murder, regular murder, first degree murder,
just
insanity. You just went crazy for a minute.
No,
anger.
Just you do it, and then you just what's that right? You ain't go home and go grab the weapon and come back and wait on him and kill him.
But some men cheat intentionally. They have a
but I'm just saying how the motion, the attachment is. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the attachment.
Yeah.
So
right.
So it's way worse for the woman, bro. So that means that, bro,
I don't think you really answered Laurent's question, though.
He's saying that since women are more emotionally invested, it's deeper, that you can't say that the man should be held accountable.
Yeah, because they premeditate that. They got to be premeditated. They got to be premeditated.
What was your question again? Something about leadership.
Yeah, basically, if the man is supposed to be the leader of the house, should he be accountable for the house being broken? Even if the woman breaks the home.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a case by case situation, because you could be leading the household to the best of your ability,
right,
and she still, do something, ridiculous.
Right.
You can't always be held accountable for other people's actions. Like, I know some people that have been raised in phenomenal households, and they still go out there and misbehave, and it's just like, who raised you? I know your parents. I know they didn't raise you like. So they can't. People can't be held responsible for other people's actions all the time.
Okay.
So I don't just because they're a leader doesn't right?
Just want to get your opinion.
What is your opinion?
I ain't even think about it. I just want y'all opinion. I want y'all insight.
All right. Well,
if she cheated, just know that a big 45 is winning the door for her.
Boy, you on camera now
he He incriminated himself. If I ever go missing, guys,
that was just a bar from the from a song.
Look, you ain't learned from Lil Durk. You ain't learned.
That's a bar though, bro. That's a bar I heard of the music video.
I'm gonna make sure that to recap save this video. If I ever go missing, guys,
you trying to get me in a Rico or something like that? I gotta.
Laurent told me to say it.
And he snitching too. Look.
All right, guys, it's time for the goofy question, right? Or let's go back to the wave of wisdom first. But basically, it's saying the theme is love, fight for love, or walk away from betrayal. And the wave of wisdom was whenever you do something and hope that no one finds out, you're putting yourself in danger. So basically, it's just think before you do things. If you are hoping that no one finds out, you should not be doing it. Flat out.
True. What's done in the dark always come to light.
Right? So the goofy question is, if betrayal was a household item, what would it be?
If betrayal was a household item.
Ooh.
For me? Okay.
You go first.
Oh yeah.
Like for me, like a wobbly chair, right? So betrayal doesn't necessarily it sneaks up on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with the chair, with the broken leg or whatever, sometimes it looks like it's normal.
Right.
It looks safe to sit.
Right.
And then once you put your weight on it, it collapses.
Okay. You got one?
Yeah, household item.
Yeah.
A stinky mop.
A stinky mop?
Stinky mop. Yeah, because when you use the mop and you don't wash it out and get funky, oh my goodness.
So you think you're cleaning something up and it's just...
Yeah, it's just, bro.
You just made it worse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If betrayal was a household item, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with like a remote, a TV remote.
No, dirty dishes, bro.
Why dirty dishes?
This is Laurent's answer. Let him answer on that.
I'm gonna say a TV remote because that TV remote always being touched by everybody. And you want the TV remote. But sometimes
that one don't hit, bro. Get a doctor.
It's okay. Not all of them are gonna hit, Nate. Let them finish.
It's a TV remote. Sometimes you want it, sometimes you don't. It depends who got the TV remote.
It's your remote. You want it, but you have to share it with everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you was gonna say a plunger.
What you got? You got to do a number two.
Okay,
a mop, a plunger.
A plunger.
Yeah, well, because every time somebody go in there and then they come in your bathroom and stop it up, and then they just don't take care of it. You have to go in there and just go
clean up the mess.
Yeah.
You might as well say a toilet.
Right. All right, guys. I think that about wraps things up for tonight. Thanks for riding the waves with us today. We hope you enjoyed the show. Before you go, make sure you hit that like, comment, share, subscribe button. Keep chasing the tides of knowledge and catch y'all on the next wave.
You.